like to welcome everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Chakalow-Signan, Director of Marketing and Program Development for the Friends and Foundation of the Rochester Public Library. We'd like to welcome you to this online version of Tuesday Topics. We hope to be able to welcome everyone back in person for in-person programming on site at the library again later this spring. The Friends and Foundation of RPL raises funds, presents programs, supports special projects, helps to create specialized spaces, and purchases supplemental materials and equipment for the Rochester Public Library. This month, we're presenting 3 Tuesday topics on the Rochester Public Library's critical role in fostering children's literacy, jobs in the economy, and equity and justice. And you can learn more about these and other programs at ffrpl.org. And I put the hot link directly to the Tuesday Topics series in the chat, so you can access that. Our talk today is about the library's role in fostering children's literacy, and our presenter is Tonia Burton. Tonia has focused attention on family literacy as the vehicle to move children and their families out of poverty, says Rochester Public Library and MCLS Director Patricia Utaro. Tonia became the Children's Services Consultant at the Central Library in 2011 and immediately began working in the library's participation in the National Raising a Reader program, which she then launched at Central in fall of 2012. For her work with Raising a Reader, as well as other outreach programs, Tonia was awarded the Library Journal's Movers and Shakers 2019 Community Builders Award. She is also the recipient of the 2021 Jack Cady Award for Advocacy for Children from Rock the Future. Tonia is a tremendous asset to the Rochester Public Library, and we are absolutely delighted to have her present for us today. Thank you, Tonia. I will mute myself and let you take over.
Well, thank you, Susan. That makes me sound kind of important. So thank you everybody for coming today. I have some slides that I'm going to share, and there'll be an interesting sneak peek at the very end. Let me go ahead and share this. All right, so this past year, past couple of years have been very challenging, as you all know, because of COVID. Last summer, we thought that maybe we'd be able to do in-person programming, and we could not. So rather than just sitting waiting for everything to end, we decided to go out into the public. And all of the wonderful things that Susan said and all the things that we do here at the library, none of it is done in a silo. None of this is done by myself. I have an amazing team of people who help make all of this possible. And we have some great community partners that we do things with. So last summer, we partnered with Wild Wings. We partnered with VOA, Head Start, Monroe County Parks, Rochester City Rec, WXXI, and a bunch of other people to do some amazing thing outside. So we spent all last summer outside meeting with families in the parks, encouraging them to explore nature and providing literacy resources for them as well. And that was a lot of fun. Then in the fall, we thought we were back to normal. We actually had a couple in-library programs. We did Di-November. We also saw our first school groups come back. We only had a couple of them before we had to stop again. But, you know, it was really great for our staff and for families to remind us of the great things that we can do, not just outside of the library, but inside the library too. And for children's librarians, it's really hard to not be in front of kids all the time, to not have those school groups come in, to not have families using our services. And I know it's hit everyone very hard, but our children's librarians have really felt a little, out of place lately. So one of the things that we've done is provide some professional development for them. First of all, just so we could see each other again, so we could just reinvigorate what we're doing. So we had a training at the Irondequoit Library. You can see some of our librarians there. Dr. Amy Shima from Brockport came and did a training on mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors, and helped us literally dig into books and open books and review books and look at are these appropriate books for today, for the families that we're serving? And that was really a great time of just getting everybody back together and just like physically just looking at all of these great children's books. So that was really great. And all of our materials we do in English and in Spanish, thanks to Margarita Chavez, who is our early literacy specialist. She makes all of this possible. We will be sending out kits on expanding your knowledge. So each of our kits include one book, and then they get a link on Seesaw to the activities and the information. So with the book, My Community, it's a bilingual book, which is great. And they're going to make community partner puppets. And then there's challenges to look for community helpers, build your own community. And all of this stuff is optional, but we just encourage parents to do it with their kids. So that's Raising a Reader. Now I'm going to go on to our newest project that we're working on. And this is our new early literacy campaign. It's Talking is Teaching. And you may have heard of it. It is a national campaign out of Too Small to Fail and the Clinton Foundation. And we've been using Talking is Teaching for a few years here, but we now have really taken it on as a main effort for MCLS and have some community partners on board. And we are now an official Talking is Teaching community. So we are the Talking is Teaching Greater Rochester community. And we have several organizations that have signed on with us. The library is the lead on it. Thankfully, we received some funding to help us promote Talking is Teaching. And there are lots of partners that work with Talking is Teaching nationally and statewide. And then we have our local campaign as well. So here's a national map of where Talking is Teaching is. We are not on here just yet because our website hasn't gone live yet, but by the end of today, it actually should. So hopefully we'll get on this map. But you can see it's kind of sprinkled all over nationally. You can see there's a New York statewide campaign, and that's through the Office of Child and Family Services. And working with them, we're able to provide families with information in many languages. So that has been a really great partnership. Here are some of the other partners nationally that are connected to it. So, as you can see, Reach Out and Read is a partner. Spotify is a partner, the Y 0 to 3, Sesame and Communities is a partner, and we work a lot with WXXI locally. So that's a great tie-in for us too. And how our MCLS library is using Talk, Read, Sing. So first, I want to make sure everybody understands it's not a curriculum like Raising a Reader is. It's really just like a media campaign. So we're just trying to get people to understand that talking, reading, and singing with their kids every day is helpful. And libraries are using it in displays. You can see there the Let's Talk About the City. This was a beautiful banner that our graphics department printed for us, and we had behind our reference desk at the Central Library. We use it during our story time programming. We use it on social media posts. We're going to be giving out tote bags with books to families that have the Talking is Teaching information on the bag and then also inside the books. One of our local partners is Nazareth and the Children's Institute Get Ready to Grow program. And so this fall we did programming together where we did early growth screenings at the library and then use some of the Talking is Teaching materials throughout our program for families. So for example, we had different stations set up, and one week we focused on colors, learning colors. So there was a sign, let's talk about colors. And then there's questions that parents can ask their kids about different colors and where they see different colors. And it's really just taking the stuff that we would usually do in a program and just putting the Talking is Teaching graphics and logos on there. It provides us with different materials in different languages, like I mentioned before. So different parenting tips and information and research that we can give to parents as well. And you can see the Grow bus down there. They have the Talking is Teaching characters. The billboard is on Mount Read, and that was from New York State Office of Child and Family Services. So we did not pay for that billboard. So the goals for Talking is Teaching is to increase awareness and spark positive change in parents and communities, looking to boost that early brain and language development in kids 0 to 5. Now, locally, our goals for this year are to build the Trusted Messenger Network, which we've started already in January, distribute kits and materials, those are the bags that I told you about, and then look at additional places where we can have some family-friendly Talking is Teaching information. So for example, I've reached out to the zoo and we're hoping to maybe put some Talking is Teaching information at their playgrounds. We might be able to put some stuff in the different clinics through Golisano. So there's laundromats, barbershops, like what other places can we distribute Talking is Teaching materials?
Tonia, can you mention what the Trusted Messenger Network is? Just
I
explain
will.
that a little bit further.
Absolutely. So one of the reasons that I like Talking is Teaching is it is based on research, and we know the opportunities with the 0 to 5 crowd. Research shows there's a huge opportunity to support brain and language development during early childhood. And we know that 90% of a child's brain is already developed by the age of 5. So those early years, it's just a huge opportunity. And we just want to do everything we can to support parents in building their babies' brains. So here are the strategies for Talking is Teaching. So there's the trusted messengers, high quality tools and materials, and then messages in community spaces. Trusted messenger, what is a trusted messenger? A trusted messenger is anyone who's in front of families and caregivers. It's someone who they trust, somebody who supports families in delivering different messages. So it's librarians, it's teachers' aides, it's pediatricians, it's home care visitors. Anyone who's in front of families can become a trusted messenger. And it's important that we teach our trusted messengers that to develop trust with families, it's not just by inviting them into our world. So for example, here at the library, but we want to get into their world. We want to meet them where they're at. And through doing that, that's how we can build trust with them. So again, it's that evidence approach. So this just shows that families in a family read and play learn space, that when there's no trusted messenger versus a trusted messenger, that there is actually a growth in using the materials. So what we're doing is working with different community organizations and sharing the Talking is Teaching information. And then we are going to be training anyone interested on how to be a trusted messenger. So why is it important? How do you build those relationships with families? And then how do you use the Talking is Teaching information? Talking is Teaching provides everything for free. So there's no cost involved for anyone who wants to use the information, but they do have different guidelines on using, how you space things and just the actual use of their characters and what they use. So here you can see it's not live yet, but this is what our website is going to look like for Talking is Teaching. So we'll have a link for family and career and caregiver information, and then information to acknowledge our community partners. The community partners that are listed right now, we have Nazareth, WXXI, Children's Institute Grow Program, Child Care Council, Hippocampo Bookstore, and Rock the Future. And then, so all of the people in those organizations are trained trusted messengers. And then we will together be going out and training more trusted messengers. So we're hoping to work with all of the Head Start sites that we serve Raising a Reader with the rec centers. We'll be working with some of the pediatricians through Golisano and their clinics, and Rochester General Hospital. And then from that, we'll just see who else is interested. All of our librarians have training on this. I know Brighton Library is using this a lot, and some other libraries as well.